Good morning, everybody. At least in Texas, it's good morning still. And as far as our team is concerned, I'm excited that we are starting, so to speak, starting over. It was a rough first year for me, my toughest in 23 years of being a head coach. But this year we were able to develop, we have almost, with the exception of one player, we have all our guys in. Our schedule is, I think, a little bit more conducive to success in that, we're not playing as tough a non-conference schedule as we did last year. And I just feel better about going to practice and leaving practice at this point in time than I did last year. There's a lot less pushback in terms of changes requested of players, and the work ethic is better than it was last year. So I'm optimistic that we'll see a good improvement in our performance and in our record, and I'm excited about the upcoming season.
Thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Joshua Parrott. Josh, please go ahead.
Good morning, Danny. You mentioned a few of the guys that are coming back. I know that you were working that first year to guys to do what you want them to do, to kind of buy in. You have Wes, Amani, a couple other guys that are back. I was wondering if you could tell us who are a few of those guys who are coming back that you're expecting pretty big things from, given how last season went, and then maybe in the off season the type of progress you've seen.
Well, I think that Monty Gant is very capable of having a good year. He's grown up some. He's a very young junior. He's age-wise, he should be a sophomore. But he's a very young man for his classification. And he's done some growing up. He's still not there in terms of, mainly frustration with himself, or, if he doesn't finish a play, or if he makes a turnover or something, he can get frustrated with himself. Still a point where I'm still not satisfied, but it has been a big improvement. He is a very capable player. I think the coaches voted him second team all-conference, preseason all-conference. And he's capable of having a very good year. We need to keep him healthy, and we need to keep him focused. And he certainly will be a key factor for us. Wes Davis is an important player for us from the standpoint of, I don't think you can say Wes is going to be certainly a double-digit scorer, but he's capable of that. But where Wes really comes in handy is he can be a very good defender for us in terms of a defensive stopper on the other team's best perimeter player, be it a 1, 2, or 3. And that's where his greatest asset, I think, to us comes in the form of his defense and the number of steals he'll have, and so forth. And so his value to us is probably a little bit different in the sense that Imani's value is to us. And then our third scorer, who averaged, I believe, above 7 points a game last year, was a freshman named Kevin Tilbury. And he's a returning player that I think will either start for us or get significant minutes. And again, he's just a young man, and he has also some growing up to do. But obviously, as they get older, they do some growing up, and he has. But those three are probably, as of our returning players, our most I guess you say, obvious impact kids on this year's team. Now, we do have a player named Vic Bermudez who shot the ball very, very well in junior college and then had a horrible year last year shooting. He wasn't with us all summer before he came to school here. This summer he was with us, and I do think you'll see more from him than you did last year, but that yet remains to be seen. And then our last returner is a young man named Kendall Ramlell, who there were some games we gave him 15 minutes, and there was other games he played 5 or 6. I expect to see more of a 15-minute-a-game performance from him this year.
Okay.
And that's our returning players.
Why don't I ask about the newcomers? Who are some of and just looking at you added some good ones, Coach. I recognize some of the names right off the bat. Who are some of those guys that you feel are the newcomers that are going to make an immediate impact?
Well, let's start with guards because our newcomers have to make. Some of them have to have impact, be an impact on this year's team for us to be successful because there's 8 newcomers. We lost 5 seniors, and a couple of players chose not to return, and they weren't playing very much, and they chose not to return, and another player and I had a disagreement. He left, so we had 8 openings, and so we do have a fairly new team. But so these newcomers have to have an impact on this year's program. At point guard, I do believe we're better. I'm pretty confident in saying that we're going to be better at the point guard position than we were in last year in terms of just handling the team, handling the ball, and running our offenses. But DJ Brown is a young man who played a lot for San Jose State. He started there for 2 years. They got a new coach, and he started for a while, and then he didn't start and graduated. And under that new NCAA rule, he came here to play 1 year. And he's a heady player who can pass the ball pretty good. And then the other point guard we picked up was a sophomore, a qualifier out of junior college. He'll have 3 years. His name is O.J. Black. And O.J. is another player that I think gives us gives us a lot of depth at that position. He was Defensive Player of the Year in his in the Northern Texas Junior College League. And so those 2 kids are going to be playing point guard for us. At the other guard we brought in was a young man named Ethan Matavo, which was a all-region performer at North Platte Junior College. I hope I'm saying that right, in Nebraska. And Ethan averaged 17, 18 points a game for North Platte, and he can really shoot the basketball. But he's a combo guard. They use him partially at point, and that's our 3rd point guard on our team. And yet he is probably our best shooter on our team. So I don't want to use him at point unless we get in foul trouble or someone gets hurt, because his shooting skills are so valuable to us. So I think he has to play a lot and bring that shot to us, to our offense. We did not shoot the ball well from the outside last year. I'm hoping we can do, and I'm thinking we will do a better job this year than we did last year. We signed an all-region performer out of Kilgore Junior College, Jamarcus Weatherspoon. He averaged around 15 a game for Kilgore, and he's a small forward. He's more of a slasher. He can hit the 3, but he's more of a take it to the hole type guy. He's very competitive. He's very passionate about the game, and obviously he has to learn the system, as all newcomers do. I think he'll be a potential starter for us. And then probably our last guy I will talk about in terms of immediate impact is a young man named Cameron Naylor from Tallahassee Community College in Florida, about 6'7", 205, very athletic, very long, very quick, and he's someone who can really get to the basket, and but he's also a pretty decent shooter from 17, 18 feet. So those 5 newcomers I'm expecting immediate impacts from them. We have 3 other newcomers. I don't see them impacting us as much as the ones I just mentioned.
Josh, I apologize for muting you there. Did you have any follow-up questions that you wanted to ask?
No, that's good. Danny, I appreciate your time, and hope things go better for you guys this year.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.